guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am so glad you found me. Welcome. Today we're starting a part 1, treadmills for beginners. In case you've gotten one for Christmas, maybe you went and picked one up yourself and you've never used one before. I'm going to go over in part 1 the very basics and how a beginner should safely start on a treadmill. Part 2 will be how you progress to an intermediate level, and part 3 will be an advanced level. So stay tuned for those. Before we get started, be sure and hit that subscribe button and that little bell so you'll know for sure when part 2 and part 3 post. Now let's get started, and I'm going to introduce you to my treadmill. Okay guys, my treadmill is an Airstride Plus. It's a Gold's Gym brand. It's a few years old, but I like it. It has a bunch of preset programs. It has calorie counting. It has incline, time, distance, heart rate, and speed. You can set it manually, or there's 18 workouts already programmed in here. So it's really a nice one, and this controls incline, this controls speed, start, stop, and this is the most important thing on this treadmill. And this is makes it go, but it's also your emergency button. And you should, if you're new and never walked on a treadmill at all before, you should unwind all this cord on here and wear it on your wrist. That way, if you start to fall or slip, in your arm jerks, it's going to jerk off of here and the treadmill is going to stop. So this is the most important safety feature of a treadmill. And every treadmill has them. They may look a little different, but the concept is all the same. So that is the most important thing. The second most important thing is knowing how your treadmill starts. Does it start moving right away, or do you start it? Well, mine, if I'm doing manual, starts when I hit the speed up and makes it start going. Some of them just start. So I'm going to pan down. So as you can see, mine has grips on the side. This is where you stand. So if it starts moving before you are ready, you are not standing on the conveyor belt part. You are standing on the sides. Okay, and I will demonstrate that. But that is the most important thing. Besides the red switch that keeps you from falling. So those sides with the grips on them are the most important thing besides this little red key. Okay, so when you first start, what you want to do is you're going to manually do it. Don't just start off picking a program because you don't know what you're doing. I'm sorry. Start off slow and keep the incline flat and start off slow. And the reason being is you have to get your balance on these things. And don't try to run before you walk, literally. Okay, so these are my feet on the treads on the side, showing you where your feet should be. That is the safe position, okay? Because when you start it, it may just start like that, and you'll be, if you're on there, you might be caught off guard and fall. From this position, you hold on till you get used to it, and then you start walking, okay? Okay, so these are the controllers that control incline, start, stop, and the speed. Now, the speed goes up. I'm going to put you up just a tad. Okay, the speed is up here, and it goes up, and this is your calories, and this is your distance and time. The speed goes up in 0.1 increments. So this will stay 1, and it goes 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, like that. So each plus that you hit on this board causes it to go up 1/10. So you want to take it slow. You don't want to go up super fast because you're not going to be balanced. Get balanced at each level and then go up some more. Okay, so you might be able to go to 1.2 and walk fine. Bring it up to 1.5, then try 1.8. And keep going up in 2 to 3 increments till you get to a point where, okay, that's too much, then come back down 3. And that should be a good space for you. Everybody's different. Everybody's balance is different. Again, that's why this little panic button is so important, that if we lose our balance and this comes off, then the treadmill goes off. Now, I know you can't see my head. That's okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm on the sides again. I'm putting this in. And mine doesn't start right away, but I want you to see that, okay? So now it is on 1.0. And I'm going to start walking. And until I get my balance, I'm going to hold on right here. When you hold on right here, these give you your heart rate. Because see these metal things on those give you heart rate. Some people say don't hold on. You can just hold on to get your heart rate, then let go. But here's the deal. When you start a treadmill, start it at the lowest speed and the flattest incline till you get your balance and get used to it, because it's a different experience than just walking. Okay? And only slowly increase your speed once you feel like you have it. And never should you be like tottering left or right. You should be comfortable. It should not be hard to do. Okay, you want it right at a good pace, but you don't want to have to feel like you have to hold on. Okay? And you start out and you do 10 to 15 minutes like this. Then the next time you try this, up your speed a little while still not holding on. Remember to have your key safely wrapped around your hands. So you'll have your key safely wrapped around your hands. So if you start to lose your balance, it's going to pull and this is going to stop. And let me show you what happens. Okay, so say you're walking along and you're like, oh, I'm going to fall, I'm going to fall. This is connected to your arm, right? And you're like, I'm going to fall. And it stops. It's important to start off on the lowest settings and to take it slow and flat. Once you get your balance, then you can speed up and start to incline. And on part 2, we'll talk about once you've gotten your balance and you've worked yourself up to what the intermediate level is. But start slow and work your way up. It's very important. And remember, while you're beginning, tie that little key thing to your arm or to your belt loop or whatever. Because that'll be the safest way for you if you start to fall. So now all treadmills are different, but most of them come with pre-programmed programs. And again, you don't want to start those until you're comfortable. Also, all treadmills come with those side treads that I showed you earlier. And that's where you need to start when you start on a treadmill, with your feet on each tread. So when the conveyor belt starts going, you can get on at your pace and aren't thrown off by it suddenly starting. So this is part 1, treadmills for beginners. Part 2 will be in a few days. Hit the little subscribe button and click the bell so you'll know when part 2 posts. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and check out some of my other videos too. Take care and I will see you real soon. Mwah!